Back to you.
Lisa, thank you. Well, every day in Canada, women and children are forced to flee abuse with nowhere safe to go. 44% of women, or 6.2 million Canadians, aged 15 and older, have experienced some form of abuse in an intimate partner relationship. And this is where Shelter Movers steps in. It offers free moving and storage services that help survivors leave safely and start over again. And tonight, Shelter Movers is holding its annual fundraising gala at the Ritz-Carlton in Toronto, celebrating courage, community, and new beginnings. So to talk more about this is Marc, the founder of CEO and Shelter Movers, and Shantelle Bisson, co-chair of Shelter Movers Gala, a moving affair. Good morning to both of you. This is such an important cause. It's unfortunate that it's necessary, but it is necessary. So let's talk, Shantelle, about Shelter Movers and kind of the work it does so people better understand what's happening here.
Well, the work that Shelter Movers does, basically, in a nutshell, is it helps women and children rehome. So we store their products, we store their belongings, and we help them, get back on their feet. Mm-hmm. Everything is free. There's no charge to them. Yeah. And, how I came to Shelter Movers was through a girlfriend, because my own childhood was riddled with home violence, right, and domestic abuse. So we were fortunate that we had a large family. Yeah. My mother had sisters, and we had a safe place to go whenever things got too violent at home. But a lot of these women and children don't have that, especially with immigration and a lot of new Canadians. Mm-hmm. These women are coming here alone, and they have no resource. Oftentimes they're not employed, so they don't have financial independence, and they just feel stuck and trapped. And this is where Shelter Movers comes in.
Absolutely, yeah. And so let's talk a little bit about this. How many people, women, families have you helped over the years, and what have you seen over those years as well, the changes?
Well, Shelter Movers, I started in 2016. Mm-hmm. And over the years, we've grown from city to city. The idea is that anyone in Canada should be able to leave their abuser safely and in dignity. Yeah. And so in the next few months, we are approaching our 10,000th move. Wow. That's about 20,000 women and children in cities right across the country. Mm-hmm. And it's really a statement because we're volunteer-powered largely. Yeah. Yeah. These are people from all walks of life. I'm not even an expert in this topic, mm-hmm, when I started the organization, but it's a way for regular people to be of service to families in their own community.
Yeah, and so you rely on a lot of volunteers, but you obviously need some funding, and so this is where the gala comes in. Shantelle, tell us a bit about what people can expect. I'm sure it's sold out, but what people can expect this evening.
Well, we are sold out, so thank you to everybody who has bought tables and donated, and even people come on their own because they want to learn more about how to be of service, to Marc's point, because even if you haven't experienced it, I think we all have a fundamental human understanding of everybody's right to peace and safety at home. Yeah. So what they can expect is they can expect to learn more about how we can be a help to these women and children, but also where does the money go? Like the money is actually actively going to people that need it, rather than, a big building and marble foyers and whatnot. Like your money is actually going to move these women and children out of danger. So I think, we like to keep it tight and small. There's a lot of galas. There's a lot of causes in Toronto.
Yes, there are.
I think the beautiful thing about Shelter Movers is that you get an understanding of you're really making an impact and you're really changing lives. And, a country is built from the children up. So if we don't have confident, strong, emotionally healthy children, how do we build a country? Yeah. So it's really about starting from the ground up, helping children understand that there is hope, that there is a future.
Yeah. And Marc, when you look at the numbers, in the introduction, 6.2 million Canadians, 40% of people over 15 experiencing this, this is no small problem at all.
Yeah. This is violence against women is a persistent issue across all communities. There is no place in our country where there isn't a form of violence against women. And so Shelter Movers is really a statement to say that's unacceptable, and that particularly men have a special role to play in addressing this. Yeah. Most men are not bad, violent people, and those who are often are survivors of violence themselves. Mm-hmm. And so Shelter Movers is really an opportunity for men like me to get involved, do something tangible, and make a real impact in real time. To be in the room with a woman and her children after you've move them out of a shelter to their new place, that end of that journey, and they're opening the boxes and the toys are out. It's a very special feeling, and it comes from their own courage. They're writing a new trajectory for their lives, and they're using shelter movers to do that. So it's a very hopeful experience.
So very quickly, Marc, because we're kind of out of time, how do people get involved either on the volunteering side, and also how can women find out more about your services?
Sheltermovers.com is the best way to reach out to us for donations, for volunteering, or to ask for help. And I just want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, CN and RBC Capital Markets, for tonight's gala. They are presenting sponsors.
Wonderful. Okay, good luck tonight. I'm glad to hear that it's sold out. You're doing amazing work. Shantelle, pleasure meeting you today. Thank you for being here. Marc, good to see you again.
Always.
Thanks very much. Appreciate this. We have more CP24 breakfast. We're coming up right after this.